welcome to the Coach Kayode Show.
Hi there, and welcome to another episode of the Coach Kayode Show. As we oftentimes say, greater is He that is in us than He that is in the world. Remember this show, we talk all things soccer. No different tonight, but we want to take it a bit, we want to take it to a different angle. We've been talking about a lot of things that happen off the field that I firmly believe affect our performances on the field. It affects our life, um, our mental state. So it's oftentimes best to figure out what is happening with us. We call self-awareness, and this show the ultimate objective. While soccer is the driving force, the most important thing here, or the ultimate thing, is to impact the lives of young people, to inspire them, um, to guide them through this process, so that they live out their purpose. It's very important. Um, with all the uncertainties, with all the negative things that we are seeing occurring in front of our faces, um, some not in front of our faces, it's important to understand purpose. It's very important to understand purpose. And if you're struggling with what your purpose is, then you need to align yourself with the source of life. Um, it's not religion, because everybody say thank God, or everybody say help me God. So with all the people that don't believe that there's a source, uh, how quick how quick we call the name without hesitation when it's needed. We want to discuss tonight the World Cup draw. Um, I know these are exciting times, and everybody get ready for the World Cup. I remember when I was younger, boy, the World Cup time come around, you already have a schedule. You don't have a schedule for nothing else. But World Cup, 5 a.m. in the morning, 4 a.m. in the morning, you go into bed early because it's the World Cup. It's the biggest thing. The game, soccer is the greatest game. Football is the greatest game. It's the most exciting time in game in this football arena, the World Cup, the FIFA World Cup. So we want to discuss the draw a bit and have some bold prediction. But before we go into it, and we talk about these predictions, and give some insight in through the observation process. Um, Here's a wall Ahmed with scores and stats.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and all athletes. Welcome to another segment of Scores and Stats. Let's continue with our 2022 annual NWSL Challenge Cup. We had a total of 11 matches this week. We have a lot to get to, so let's get straight into it. First game, we had the Orlando Pride versus Gotham FC. That game ended in a 1-0 win for Gotham FC. Goal was scored by Margaret Purse in the 86th minute. Next, we have Chicago Red Stars versus Racing Louisville. That game ended in a 0-0 draw. Next game, we have Washington Spirits versus North Carolina Courage. That game ended in a 2-2 draw. Goals for North Carolina was from Deborah Oliveira in the 5th minute and Taylor Smith in the 26th minute. Washington Spirit goals was from Trinity Rodman in the 58th minute, and then we had Ashley H in the 67th minute. Next game, Houston Dash versus Kansas City FC. Kansas City entered that game with a 3-0 victory versus Houston Dash. Goals were scored by Taylor Leach in the 2nd minute of the game. Very quick goal. Then we had Christian Hamilton in the 28th minute. And then we had Lou Labana in the 60th minute of the game. Next game, we have Portland Thorns versus Angel City FC. That game ended in a 3-0 victory for Portland Thorns. Goals were scored by Sophia Smith in the 31st minute, Yasmin Ryan in the 53rd minute, and then we had Morgan Weaver in the 78th minute. Next game, we had Kansas City FC versus Racing Louisville. That game ended in a 3-0 victory for Racing Louisville. Goals were scored by Haley H. own goal in the 9th minute, Lauren Miller in the 60th minute, and then we had Gamma Bonner in the 64th minute. San Diego Wave versus Angel City FC. San Diego edged that game in a 4-2 victory. San Diego goals were scored by Jolie Taylor in the 19th minute, Alex Morgan with 2 goals, 45th minute and 78th minute of the game. And then we had Mana Haley in the 81st minute. Angel City FC goals were scored by Tegan McGrady, own goal in the 38th minute, and Christian Press in the 59th minute. Chicago Red Stars versus Houston Dash. That game ended in a 2-0 victory for Chicago Red Stars. Goals were scored by Mallory Pugh. Portland versus Old Rain. Lone goal was scored by Rose Lavelle in the 74th minute. Then we had Gotham FC versus North Carolina. That game ended in a 1-1 draw. North Carolina goals were scored by Deborah Oliveira in the 25th minute and Anumanu in the 84th minute. Last game of the week was Washington Spirit versus Orlando Pride with a 4-1 victory for Washington Spirit. Goals were scored by Ashley Sanchez in the 43rd minute, Andy Sullivan in the 45th minute, Ashley H in the 49th minute, and then we had Trinity Rodman to end that in the 87th minute. And then the lone goal for Orlando Pride was scored by Gundahar Islara. I hope I said her name right, in the 54th minute of the game. You can look for more scores and stats on our next show here, 8 p.m. Eastern Time every Monday night. Also, if you'd like to sponsor this segment, you can contact us via Cash App or the website listed above. Enjoy the rest of the show, and we'll see you on.
Kayode Mckinnon and Company are ready to dress you in one of their most stylish, comfortable, and attractive athletic gears this fall for you to achieve that desired athletic goal. Check out their online store today for your joggers, tank tops, bras, backpacks, sweatshirts, and everything else you'll need to complete that look. It's Kayode Mckinnon and Company. We care.
Welcome back to the Coach Kayo Show. Kayode Mckinnon here. If you're now joining us, we're reviewing a bit of the World Cup draw. If you missed it, I hope you're coming in. Let me know that you're in. Let me know that you're coming in. It would be nice to know if you're here. Well done, Sonia. Good night. Remember, for some of you, it's good night, goodbye, and for some of you, it's good night, hello. Based on where you're coming from or where you live. For example, in the Caribbean, you say good night. In the Caribbean, you say good night, and that means hello. In America, you say good night, and people start going in a different direction because it means goodbye or see you tomorrow. So wherever you're coming from, keep coming in. Please share. Support the merch. Support the merch. Please check it out. You have nice hoodies like this, very comfortable. Support the merch. You can do so by checking our online store, kmsocceracademy.com, and you can go to the tab that says shop, and you could find your needs there. Shorts, t-shirts, whatever you need for your comfort. We are here to serve. That is what we do. We pride ourselves in bringing quality and service. As to that, please, if you can, please send your predictions. If you would have had a view of the FIFA World Cup draw, Send your predictions along. Um, if you have questions or you want to discuss something, we can do that. Tonight is all about interaction and getting excited about the World Cup. Every time it's the World Cup time, everybody wants to play. That is the most amazing time. The people that never thought about soccer wants to play soccer, wants to play football. So it's a very exciting time. So get involved, get involved. Um, while you're doing that, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel Kayode Mckinnon and Co. via YouTube, or you can follow us on Kayode McKinnon via Facebook at Coach Kayo, Instagram, and Twitter. But please do share the show so that we can reach as much young people, that we can continue to inspire them, that we continue to impact them, um, not only through amusement and entertainment, but bring some amount of clarity, bring some amount of intelligence and understanding of the game of soccer. When you have a passion and when you have a goal, when you are gifted, it's not your educational status. It's not your financial status. It's none of that. Your gifts will make room for you and bring you before great men. And when you are there, what you need to say, it's not for you, it's to impact the lives of the listeners. So oftentimes it's not you who is really saying those things, but the greater force that wants the message to go out. We talked a couple weeks ago about training up, rededicating. When you have something, it's to give to somebody else so they can in turn give it back to the person who gave it to you. Reciprocity. That is a very important thing we need to start looking at. Well, we're looking at the World Cup, the FIFA World Cup draw, and we're trying to make some bold predictions here. But there's a couple of things that need to happen that is unfulfilled, like the three remaining playoff parts that they have, the Intercontinental and the delay European part. They got three teams in there in terms of who are those teams. Russia was actually put out of the World Cup, as you know, for what is happening. So there was a delay there with Ukraine playing. So now Ukraine will play against Scotland, and the winner will play against Wales, so that we can cap off Group B. So because Russia was expelled from the World Cup, they have and Ukraine had a delay in playing their games, and Scotland was kind enough to give them that chance to recover from whatever is going on and whatever is happening there. Now Scotland will play Ukraine, and the winner from that game will play Bales, Wales. The winner of that game will cap off Group B. We'll talk about Group B a bit when we get there. Then we have Costa Rica, obviously from the CONCACAF region, playing New Zealand in the playoff to finish up Group E. Okay, so keep sharing, get your friends in. Let's have a hearty discussion. Again, let me know that you're in the live. Let the people know that you're in the live. Send your prediction. Good to see you, Troy Nelson. I hope that you're getting things together for top 20, and you getting the boys ready to go again to take over Guyana once again, and produce some more youth and senior national players. Good to see you. Continue to share the live. Let me know that you're in. Make your predictions. Ask the questions. Let's have the interactive behavior tonight with the show. it will be very, very exciting to have more people involved talking about the predictions and all of that. Hey, good to see you, Sion. I haven't seen you in a long time, bro. I hope all is well, family is well. Make sure you staying safe. Yeah, let's keep coming in. Let's keep bringing in our friends. Let's tell our colleagues. Let's tell our teammates. Let's tell our coaches. Let's have a good. Let's have a good discussion about football. I oftentimes come with some very uncommon topics that could make the situation real uncomfortable. But tonight we're talking all things soccer, real soccer. We're talking about the World Cup. We're talking about the World Cup. Everybody glued to the TVs to watch the World Cup. Grandmother, grandfather, people who never kick a balloon in their life. Every single person in the world glued to the TV. They don't even know nothing about the teams. I got some sisters don't. Well, listen, they ain't really know nothing about soccer, but it's okay. They love it. Their brother play and they get excited about it. They really don't know nothing about the game, but they can argue about the game like if they know what's going on. But really, what they're arguing about is who scored the most goals and who won the game. Nothing else. That is the only thing they care about. That is what makes it so exciting because it is for everybody. This is what this game produces. It produces a place where everybody can have fun. Some people cry. Some people cry. They didn't watch football or soccer for a whole year. But after 4 years, they crying. They never had a team. They don't know one player on the team. But that is the fun that the game brings. When we come back though from this break, I want to touch on some things that we can get really excited about. So we'll be right back just after this. So the question is, who is KMSA? KMSA is a training academy focused primarily on the development of individuals based on their pathway, based on where they want to be in their careers. And also focus a lot on young players who want to be introduced to the game, and players who are at the fundamental stage, making sure that we are orienting and reorienting the players on a consistent basis. Yeah, welcome back to the Coach Kayode Show. Kayode here. We're reviewing the World Cup draw. Yes, we should be excited about this process. So let's jump into it. What was the process? What was the process? What happened in the different stages to get these teams into this position that they're in? This process is a long process. I have gone through it a couple of times. Unfortunate to get to the finals of the finals. But listen, just to be there, just to have the opportunity as a footballer, as a soccer player, to play on that stage, to play in that atmosphere is what you live for. It's why you play the game. It's why the game is exciting. All right. So we'll try to go through different groups and give you some insight, and then we try to make some predictions. Like I said, get involved. Let me know that you are here. Let me know that you are here. Let me see your predictions. Let's have the discussions about maybe you don't agree with my position. That is awesome. That's what soccer is about. You can argue about soccer and don't get in trouble. You can debate about soccer. You could stand firm on your team and what you believe in. Could be very passionate, but oftentimes it don't lead to nothing but somebody getting tired and stop talking. So Group A, who do we have in Group A? I think we have Qatar in there. we have Ecuador in there, we have Senegal in there, and we have the Netherlands in there. Um, it's very interesting though through the process. Qatar, we can't overlook Qatar. Yes, I know this is the first time in the World Cup. This is the first time in the World Cup, but guess what? They had 10 goals. They scored 10 goals. Scoring 10 goals at any World Cup level is is something not to be taken for granted. Scored 10 goals. Conceded none. So whatever you're saying, when you are not conceding goals as a nation, it does something to your confidence. Winning is an attitude, just like losing is an attitude. Once you start winning games, you start developing this sense of belief. You know, we talk about the X and the O's, we talk about the physical demands, and we talk about the tactical and the technical things, but sometimes we don't address the psychological aspect deep enough. Because if you believe, they said if you got um, sheep, one sheep leading a group of lions, and a group of lions leading a group of lions, and if you have a lion leading a group of sheep, then you will see that lion, because of his ability, will conquer. If a group of lion allow a sheep to lead them, you know the character of those lions. So sometimes we look at teams and we don't really know them, and they haven't done nothing crazy, and we say they're not good enough. But if you look at what Qatar has done during the process to get here, they should not be taken lightly. And because they're the host nation too, they have the whole country behind them. Who, like the Senegal and Ecuador and the Netherlands. you know if you are part of those teams and you're supporting that country, listen, you need to be a bit uncomfortable, because you're going to be up not just against a team, but you're going to be up against an entire country. So we shouldn't take them for granted. And I like what the coach of Qatar had to say about this process. Take a listen.
You would love to face Ecuador, Senegal, and Netherlands.
It's not the best, not the worst, it's the one we have. So now we know what are going to be our opponents. So now we have to start to work on it. Of course, it's going to be tough, but to be honest, any group, any team that we have to face, it will be. So these are the ones, so we are the ones that we have to be ready to play against.
Coach, do you think playing against Ecuador rather than Senegal and Netherlands as the first match would be the best scenario in this group?
As I said, is the one we have to play. We're happy to play against Ecuador. It's going to be a difficult game. We played a few years ago, and it was a difficult game for us. So we're going to try to be ready to challenge them, to perform at our best level, to make the people proud in the country.
It's too early, but any expectation who could qualify from this group? Qatar, Ecuador, Senegal, Netherlands?
I hope it's going to be a close group, an open group. It will be a good sign for us. So we're going to try to do all our best to be one of the top two.
Welcome back. Listen, that is called perspective. That is called excitement. That is called we are open and we are ready to take the challenge on. That is not a safe speech. It's not a safe speech. They have a +10 goal differentiation. So it's not like they're just walking on a field or they're not performing. They're performing. And I like what the coach said. He said, listen, this is what we're faced with. This is what we're faced with. We can't go around it. We can't go over it. We have to go through it. So he's excited about not just the first game, but he's excited about the group being open, that maybe somebody unsettles somebody. Maybe there's a draw in the first game and he gets a win. How it changes things quickly. So I like his perspective because It's an open one. It's one that it's not of fear, but it's of excitement. Whenever you want to, whenever you want to overcome fear as a soccer player, being in that environment and dealing with the pressure, not just from yourself, but dealing with the pressure of what people will say about you. You know, sometimes you got people betting against you. They're supposed to be a supporter, but they're actually betting against you. You have to deal with that. There's a whole lot of mental things you're dealing with in an environment of that magnitude, that one of the things you really need to stay connected with is the excitement of the experience. If you ever feel nervous with whatever you're doing, might be singing, it might be saying a poem, whatever you're doing, especially when you're playing in a game that you really want to win, or it's your arch rivals and you want to perform well, the best thing you can do is get excited. Don't don't accept you will feel nervous, because that bit of nervousness is because if you haven't done the work, you can you could only get the excitement in your mind, but you'll never get the excitement in your performance. But if you know you've done the work and you have done all that you can do, you can get excited. But that nervousness that you feel is also a position of respecting the game, respecting that you're about to go into competition and you need to do good. So watch Qatar in that group. Ecuador, we look at Ecuador, 27 goals. 27 goals. This is a World Cup of goals. I firmly believe this will be a World Cup of goals. Lots and lots of goals we will see in this World Cup. Goals against 19, plus 8. Ecuador, total points 26. Listen, this World Cup, if you're looking, they're goal scoring, but they're not a lot of goals against at this level. So the game has become so tactical. The game is so detailed. It's down to the most simple detail when it comes to not giving up goals. So the tactical idea of, or the intellectual side of the game has gone to the roof. To score goals now, your level of intelligence, your level of understanding, um, your level of understanding towards the game, your ability to make decisions, not solve problems, your decision making is very crucial. So we got Senegal. They um, in their group before they got here, they had 15 goals for. Look again, 4 goals against. Look at this group. This is Group A. This is Group A. Qatar, Ecuador, Senegal. What are you seeing? Lots of goals. Less goals against. There's an attention. A lot of people used to tell him, Mourinho, you like just defending. No. If you don't give up goals and you score 1 goal, you will win the game. And in the World Cup, you always want to get a good result. And getting a good result oftentimes is not giving up goals. It's not the end all, but if you're not giving up goals, it must go down to goal difference sometimes. And those plus make sense. We got put it out of Gold Cup when Gold Cup wasn't so easy to get in, as they say. But we missed it by 1 goal. By 1 goal. So how important how important it should have been when we played that first game that we didn't give up that goal. So if you're looking at the consistency here, they're not giving up goals at all. Netherlands, 23 goals 33 goals for, 8 goals against, plus 25. That's crucial. Sadio Main from Liverpool, we know he had 29 goals. 29 goals at the international level, what that means? If you look at most World Cups, teams that score a lot of goals or forwards that score a lot of goals, we oftentimes see those teams go deep into the competition. You need goals. You need goals. And those goals don't come easy. So it takes special people, special players to dominate at that level. And you look back at the Ronaldo, the phenomenon. You look back at Romario. You look back at Canija. You look back at Diego Maradona. You look back at Closer. You look back at those forwards who were dominating. Look at what happened to their teams. They always did well. And we could go back, King Pele. We look at, you got to score goals, but those goals don't come easy. All right. So what is your prediction? Tell me from this group A, what is your prediction? I want you to, you've got who will come out to the group? Who will come out? Which two teams you believe will come out of this group? Ecuador, Qatar, Senegal, Netherlands. I will make my bold prediction as you guys decide who do you believe. Remember, right? 10 goals. Qatar, 10 goals. 0 goals against. Again, you might say, well, they're not playing against nobody. If they're not playing against nobody, then they should have scored 100 goals. They should have scored 100 goals. They scored 10 goals, but they didn't concede none. So that means they're doing something defensively and they're doing something offensively. Okay, and then you got Ecuador, 27. 27 goals, 19. So for me, I believe Senegal and Netherlands will go through Group A. What are your thoughts? If you haven't shared this live yet, please share this live. Please share this live. Please share it. And I want you to tell me, what is your prediction? I know, Troy Nelson, you might have a prediction there. Or Sion, you might have a prediction. Who do you think will come out of Group A? It's a massive, massive, massive tournament. We'll talk about who might be upset, who might get an upset, or who might be going home unexpected early. But for now, I believe, looking at what Senegal has done, winning Afghan Cup, beating Egypt twice, putting them out of the World Cup. The coach truly understand the culture. You can see that the players are playing for him. There's a disciplined approach in what they're doing. Yes, I could see Senegal going through. I could see them going through. Netherlands have always shown, they've always shown the ability to master the game when it comes to the tactical aspect. And that is where the game is going right now. This is why I believe they will do well. Because the game is going to that side where it's more about science. It's down to the most simple detail. And Holland have always shown that kind of that way in which they play the game. So I'm expecting them to do great things. I'm still waiting on your your predictions. But we go to Group B. We go to Group B. Let's see what they have in Group B, so that you can get an opportunity to make some predictions there too. Um, Group B. Oh, this is a serious group. We have England, we have Iran, we have the United States, and like I said, the playoff situation with Wales, Ukraine, and Scotland is still left to be decided. But if you look at what has happened in that process, also, there's no way that England will not go through. The level of the players in England right now, I can see England just blowing through this group easy. I don't see England losing a game in this group. If they lose a game, it would be very surprising. 39 goals with 3 goals against. England right now being very stingy about their defensive posture. They are truly they are now understanding the importance of being super organized. England, past couple years they play this open game, this free game where they put you on the back foot and they want to run you down to the ground. But that hasn't working in a very long time. So looking at this and seeing that they're a bit more disciplined in how they defend while still scoring a whole lot of goals, you know, they should feel really good about themselves. England should feel really good about themselves in this entire World Cup. Who are some of the top performers there? Obviously, we got Harry Kane. What? How many? He's 28, still in his prime. 28 years old. Okay, and doing miraculous thing. That's 49 goals. Once again, remember we started off by saying for you to be really good in the World Cup, you need a marksman. You need somebody who can score goals, because goals don't come easy in the World Cup. It's the best of the best. It's the best defenders, the best goalkeepers. So things will not come easy. So it will take top class players, top class forwards to be able to create some problems. So I could see England coming out of this group easy. We have some problems there though. We got Iran. I saw Iran play the other day, and once again, very disciplined, very organized, very narrow. Don't want to give up spaces like that. You know, more and more people are understanding the importance of space, and every space on the field has a definition. Every space on the field can signal something, and more science um, is helping players and coaches and teams to better understand the utilization of space and how they control that space. So what you're seeing is it's high level, high level of play, high level of intelligence with players, with coaching. And Iran has shown that you're gonna have to work a bit hard to break them down. So that could be trouble. Obviously, um, when you got Raheem Sterling for England, 27. We got Rashford, who is 27, Sterling 27 with 19 goals already. And we see what he's doing at Manchester City. He is one of the main players playing under a brilliant coach in Pep Guardiola. And we know Pep Guardiola idea of the game um, is all about signals. It's all about understanding the behavior of the opposition. It's all about principles. So it has done something for Raheem. It has lifted his game to an elite level, an international level. So now he understands because he's doing this day in, day out, and you see his performance. You see his performances at Manchester City, and you're even seeing it at the international level. Now you know you get Rashford alongside him from my Manchester United. Obviously, things going up, down, crossway with that program. But at the international level, um, he still has 20, he still has 12 goals. That's 12 goals. That's 12 goals. Regardless of how you twist it and turn it, is 12 goals. That is very, very important. And he's only what? 23 years old? 23 years old. So, like I said, I don't see England losing a game in this group stage. Now we got Iran, and we got the US, and we have I see Wales coming out to that group with Bill. So I would make my prediction there with Wales and um, Wales and England coming out of that group. It's gonna be tricky, but I see Wales and England coming out of that group. But US might have something different to say. So US might just have something to say about this group. And Ben Halter had a bit of discussion about what he sees happening with this group stage. Ben Halter was saying something um, about his team being ready um, to deal with the challenges that come. He understand England. He understand their process. He understand what they do. Um, Benalto was really, he was really sure about his chances, and close to Qatar, he wasn't like, oh, we're gonna go in there, we're gonna this and we're gonna that. It's To me, it sounded more like an excitement and wanting the challenge, wanting to deal with what comes. We know the US way. We know their intensity. We know they will squeeze every inch out of you. Um, they will they will have the ambition. They will have the pride. They will have the dedication. One thing about US that I've seen, and to be honest, I really like Benalto because I I see him do things in the game tactically that I haven't really seen for the past couple of years. Just from That's my perspective. Some of the variations, some of the adjustment, like the last game when he played against Mexico and he went to a back five, people were scratching their head, but I was like, that was a smart move, because guess what? I rather leave here with a point and take my chance at home against a Panama side with my crowd, with my players, having the ability to take Pulisic out to the game before 90 minutes, and give those legs a bit of rest, taking out a lot of the players and putting in defenders. I believe it was a smart move, a tactical move, and it paid off because they look extra fresh against Panama. They look extra fresh against Panama. Panama couldn't deal with the intensity. First 15, 20 minutes of the game, it was trouble. So, Benalta, you could see he's a student of the game. Very intelligent guy. Knows what he wants to do. You might not agree with what he's doing, but looking at the game and looking at it in depth, you see the adjustments. You see some of the things he tries to do to unbalance you, to unorganize you, to put you in positions where you are unsure of what decisions you can make. He does a lot of smart things, and more so, he's very organized defensively when he have to defend. This is a big part of the US game that I've seen major improvement. When Ben Halter needs to go deep in line 3, because US would never play like that time before now. They live and die by pressuring, going in pressure and going in pressure. Okay. And when they had to come back in the line of confrontation 3 in past World Cups, they will struggle. But now you're seeing that they have the ability to get in the line of confrontation 3 and still be organized and still be disciplined and still have a clear identity of how they control space. So US shouldn't be taken for granted. The only thing I feel like will be the difference with that is the personnel. Do they have the players who will shine bright under the bright lights? That's a different animal. That's a different level. This is not CONCACAF. No disrespect to CONCACAF, but they're teams that don't have the resources to prepare as they should. That's just the reality of the situation. But because of the quality and some of the things the teams are doing in CONCACAF now, they're able to still push the teams like the US and the Mexicos of the world and the Costa Ricas of the world and the Canadas of the world. But this is a different animal you go in and face. So, I see Wales and I see Wales getting in there in that playoff, and I see Wales and England. I see England going through really easy. Excuse me, but I see Wales maybe taking it by a point or by some goal difference, because I don't think that America will just go and lay down. I think they will be organized. They will be disciplined. Hopefully McKennie gets back. Oh yeah, he should be back because he was a major part of what US was doing for the past couple games. He really stepped his game up. But it will need more personalities, and hopefully between now and then, players really step up and understand what is needed to help them through this process. We'll take a short break and we'll come back and dive a bit deeper into this review. By doing this, we're now forcing this, which allow this to play. Now, once this happens, this player might now come in, it then forces this. Now we're getting crosses in. So by making those specific movements, you're now creating not just space for yourself, but you're creating space for your other teammates. Welcome back to the Coach Kayode Show. Kayode here. We're talking about the World Cup draw. Where are you people? I'm not seeing you. I'm not getting your predictions. I know you are all soccer fans. I know that you this is the time of the year that you get really, really excited with. I would like to hear your predictions. I would like to hear where you stand. USA, Iran, England, and you obviously have the playoff to round off that group B with Wales, Scotland, and Ukraine. I have made my predictions. I believe England will go through easy. I don't see them losing a game, but I see Wales going through by a point or by some goal difference there. What do you guys think? I want to hear from you. Please share this live. Remember, we talk all things soccer, but the ultimate goal is to inspire and to impact the lives of our young people. You might be a young person thinking or hoping that you maybe one day you get a chance to play on this stage. It's not impossible. It's not. You have a gift, you have a passion. Your gifts will make room for you and bring you before great men and put you where you're supposed to be. Group C. Who do we have in Group C? Argentina, Saudi Arabia, Mexico. We have Mexico there, and We have Mexico, and who's the final team in there? Argentina, Saudi Arabia, Mexico, and we have Poland in Group C. Who are your picks? Argentina obviously is my team. Who people who have known me for years. I'm a great supporter of Argentina. Because Maradona is the best player in the world. Some people might disagree. He's the best player to ever lace them up. If you want to have an argument, uh, please do so. But the greatest player to ever play the game, Diego Armando Maradona. Yes, Argentina. We know some of the ills there. Defensively, we've always been uh, a problem. Defensively, we always had the fireworks, the Canisia, the Batistuta. We always had the fireworks. We could go way back, Bogachaga. We could go way back. We always had good attackers. We had good defenders, but something about us in the World Cup defensively is like a mistake always coming, a mistake or two. So, but in this group, Mexico, Mexico seemed to be it seem like they're going through a rebuilding stage. 17 goals, 8 goals against. Um, not the Mexico of the old in CONCACAF, dominant, um, drive a lot of fear. They force teams to go play in line 3.5, sometimes merely 4, just sitting down on the 18-yard box, hoping to allow the game to go as deep as possible. But that has not happened in this world leading up to this World Cup qualifiers. It hasn't happened. Teams have really competed with them. So I don't see. This is a tough one. Saudi Arabia, 10 goals, 6 goals against. Um, not a lot of goals, but a lot of goals against. You look at Argentina, 27 goals, 8 goals, 8 goals against. You see, for me, I look at the goals against because it tells me if you're not giving up goals, which is the hardest part of the game, is defending. Because when you're defending, you don't really dictate or control what happens. What you do, you try to be proactive in terms of how you restrict and how you control the behavior of the opposition, but never really in charge. So if you're not in charge and you could be so efficient in denying goals, then for me it puts you in a really good position um, to do well. So with these goals, Saudi Arabia and Mexico giving up, I see them being out of the group, being out there early. So Argentina and Poland. Poland 30 goals for, 11 goals against in European competition. Yeah, I think this will be an easy second round for Poland and Argentina. Mexico just not where they used to be. They're in a rebuilding stage, but Mexico, I give Mexico about 2 or 3 years, and Mexico will be a totally different team. Lots of young players, lots of players who still trying to really find themselves in the elite game. Really good elite players. They're elite players, but at World Cup level, there is different elite levels. If I can say that, there's different elite levels, and just for me at this point in time, watching Mexico go through that process, they they will have to do some drastic things. I heard them talk about bringing back Chicharito. If that might be a good thing to bring back Chicharito, but um, the whole makeup of the team and the personnel in the team, um, at this point in time, who knows? I don't. This is just predictions, right? But at what I'm seeing in um, how they were able, how they played in CONCACAF, They weren't so dominant. Every single team was in the game with them. Um, so that tells me, and looking at the players, it's not the same. It's not the Salcido Mexico. Um, it's not the Marquez Mexico. It's not that Mexico. It's a different Mexico, and they're going through their process. Mexico is a top soccer nation. That can't change. They live, breathe, and die soccer. But everybody go through that process because the same players can't play all the time. And when you're going through that process, sometimes you just got to take some licks. But nevertheless, they're in the World Cup. And this World Cup will probably identify with some things they need to change in the direction they need to go. There's no way Mexico will continue to play the way they play. There's no way. Absolutely. I don't see that happening. Uh, I don't see that happening. Too rich a football nation to be playing the way they're playing and continue to play that way. So we're going through this quick. So my prediction there, I'm not seeing no predictions from people. What? We don't think that we're good enough in understanding soccer to make a prediction. Come on, make a prediction. You got Argentina, Saudi Arabia, Mexico, and you have Poland. What is your prediction? I believe that Argentina, Poland gets out of this group very easy. Who do we have here? We have Group G. We have Group G here. We have, before we go to Group G, let's talk about Group E. I like Group E. Spain, Costa Rica, or New Zealand. That is a tough one to call, but I'm backing Costa Rica. I'm backing them. I believe they can do it. I believe Costa Rica can do it. So I see Spain, Costa Rica, Germany, and Japan rounding off Group E. This is a good one. This is a tough one. Germany, I'm just going to put Germany there. It's going to be about the next three teams. Germany definitely coming out of that group. 36 goals for, 4 goals against. And we know Germany start changing the culture of the game after beating Brazil 8 goals at home. That's something for you Brazilian fans to remember. Don't hate me. I have a lot of Brazilian teammate friends that were my teammates that back Brazil hard. Just to remind you that 8, brought some corrections to your behavior. And Germany style, that high intensity, make you think you need to run. If you don't, we will snuff the living daylight out of you. That way of playing, and that has not changed, there will be a problem. There will be a problem for this entire World Cup. So I see Germany coming out of that group easy. Spain. Yes, Marsha. Germany. Yes, Germany is truly a dangerous team. Truly a dangerous team. Tactically, and they have a clear identity of what they want to do. They will play their style. You will have Germany. It's like we will go and you have to catch us. And if you don't, we will punish you. That mindset, we will go. We are not waiting to see what you will do. We will go. And if we have to go with 2 or we have to go with 3, we will go. And if you are not willing to go with them, it will be a very long night for you. That high intensity, that devastating pace in which Germany plays the game, and it's like it's scientific in what they do, because that is how they train, that is how they prepare their bodies. They do everything in their power to be able to execute that way of playing, not just from a physical standpoint, but from a psychological standpoint. This is the idea of Germany. So Germany, Spain, yeah, I see them coming out to this group easy, but Japan might have something to say about that, because Japan has raised their level 12 goals. You see, they're not scoring in a group like this, Germany and Spain. You have to show you could score more goals because they have top class players, world class players, and they're showing that they can score, but they're not giving up goals. They're not giving up goals. Spain 15, 5 against. Japan 12, 4, 4 goals against, a +8. I don't see them going through against the likes of Germany and Spain. Costa Rica had a tough time in the World Cup qualifiers. Not enough goals there to prove that you could get past a team of the magnitude of Spain and Germany. So there I see Spain and Germany going through very easily. But let me take this time to give a nudge, like we oftentimes give a nudge of the week. And I want to give this young man a big nudge. Yes, Dominic Bob, take a big nudge. You could check him out at Braveheart, or you could check him out at Wolverine on his Instagram, doing great things. You always have to respect somebody who is very creative. That means they see the picture in their head before they can put it out. And when they oftentimes put it out and it's a sight to see, you know what is on the inside. An artist always start on the inside, always start on the inside. So what you see on the outside is a representation of what is on the inside. So if you enjoy painting, if you like painting, if you like to support young people doing great things, then Dominic Bob, you want to support him. Touch base with him on his Instagram, Wolverine or Braveheart. Dominic Bob, Facebook. That is DOMINQUE, Dominic BABB Bob. Awesome young man. Support him. He's doing great things. Take a big nudge. Take a big Kayode Coach Kayo show nudge. Take a big Coach Kayo show nudge. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep being positive. Keep sharing what you're doing, because there's a lot of young people that they got a lot to offer, but sometimes they're scared because they might not fit the mold. So keep going. Proud of you. Awesome. Yes, so we're looking at what we at now. Group F. What is Group F? Group F. I like this group. Belgium, Canada, Morocco, and Croatia. We know Belgium with Lukaku. We know top class player, 28 years old, young, showing that he's a marksman at the highest level. And then you have the De Bruynes of the world playing for Manchester City, and we already know what he can do. He's of a different level. So 68 goals, Lukaku. You need those goals in the World Cup. Can he do it? It's left to see. But we're making prediction, presuppositions here. We're making bold predictions here that Belgium definitely going through here. There's too many quality players here. Not saying that quality players, you have these quality players that mean you will go through, but we have to start somewhere. And when we look at what they have in Eden Hazard and these players, De Bruyne and Lukaku and the others, the expectations are high. and the quality in which they play the game, I don't see them not going through in this group. Canada, Morocco, Croatia, um, Morocco. Morocco. I know that's going to be a surprising choice, but I see Morocco. 20 goals for. Don't sleep on them. 1 goal against. Um, they had a forward who's 24 years of age in Nezraz Youssef. I don't even know how to pronounce his name, but he's been doing some miraculous things for Morocco. Morocco was always a top nation. They fell off the grind a bit, but now they're back, and I know they're back and they're hungry. He plays for Seville in Spain. So again, forward scoring goal. Got 12 goals for the national team. We've seen the consistency, right? I told you, if you want to be truly dominant in this World Cup, you need a marksman. You need somebody who can score at the elite level, because goals don't come easy. So this might be a surprise to you, but for me, I see Belgium and Morocco coming out of this group. This is not going to be an easy group. Belgium is Belgium, and then whoever else. But looking at Canada and looking at Croatia obviously have Modric. He's up in age a bit, but still playing at a high level. But what he did for the couple of years he's been there, I don't think he can do it in this World Cup again. It's too much. They will need much more players, and they got the players. Don't be mistaken. They have quality players. They have elite players. But I'm saying when you get to the World Cup, there's a level above elite. And you need a lot of that if you're going to perform well. So Canada, like Mexico, like US, very good teams. Canada, they're really doing well. They're really doing well. They look like they have a clear identity. They look like they trust their gaffer. They look like they're playing as a team. They have top class players, and they will be coming. But do they have enough personalities to deal with the likes of Belgium and Morocco? I think Morocco, what will take them through is the collective approach. They spent a long time rebuilding their program to get to this level. Again, they used to be there, but they were out of here for a very long time. So the mere fact that they're back, they had to be doing something over that period of time that they're now clear about who they are. That is why I picked them. That might, that could go anywhere, but I firmly believe Morocco and Belgium will come out of this group. What is your pick? What is your pick? I'm not seeing my people. They're not engaged with this. But then you will see them crying when the World Cup start and the team not in there. Make your bold prediction. Make your bold prediction. And then we have Group G. We have Group G. Brazil. My Brazilian friends. They're close. They are next door neighbors. Serbia, Switzerland, Cameroon. Brazil and Cameroon coming out of this group. I could see that happening easy. I could see Brazil coming out of this group very easy. Brazil, I don't see Brazil losing any game in this group. Serbia, Switzerland, don't see. I support Cameroon because of what I saw with Cameroon in the World Cup. It's in a very long time I've seen the African teams showing a higher level of discipline, and I'm talking about tactical discipline. We know the energy will come. We know the speed, the athleticism will come. We know the heart will come. Now, like Senegal, I'm seeing tactical discipline, and I'm backing Cameroon to come out of this group. If if they continue to show that discipline, because they have everything to dominate. They have everything. Vincent Abubakar, age 30, was a revelation in the Afghan Cup. Very intelligent with his moves off the ball, with his runs off the ball, and with his pace, with his power, and his ability to score goals, to finish. He will be a problem. So if defenders only know to close space but don't have the speed to deal with him, with his intelligent play off the ball, and he has the ability to show um, in those 1v1 moments that he's brilliant. Yeah, he definitely will be a problem um, in this World Cup. So I could definitely see Cameroon and Brazil coming out of this group. Brazil definitely. It will be it will be an easy walk for them in this first round. So yeah, I'm not. I don't want them to come out of the group because I don't support Brazil. I'm an Argentine fan. So, but I could see them coming out of this group with Cameroon. And then finally, Group H, we have Portugal, Ghana, Uruguay, and South Korea. This this group is a tough group to make a prediction on. Um, if you look across the board, they they're kind of same. But Portugal 17 goals, 6 goals against Ronaldo, still playing at a high level. Does he have the ability to inspire um, the Portuguese side? We see Manu going through some ups and downs, um, and different things happening there with him being there. But can he pull it together and inspire the Portuguese side in this group stage? Still left to see. But on the other hand, you have Ghana. I don't think Ghana comes out of this group um, because of the very reason I spoke about just now, with the African teams being disciplined tactically. If Ghana going to come out of this group, they're gonna have to improve in that aspect of the game, the tactical discipline. They have the quality, obviously, because they are the biggest stage. So they have the quality. Are they gonna do they have the personnel to be disciplined for 90 plus minutes? Ghana is a top side. It's a top side. But I like South Korea. I see South Korea and Portugal coming out of this group. Uruguay, Luis Suarez, 35 years of age, still playing at a high level. But again, don't see them having enough personality. You keep hearing me saying personality, 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 because it takes big it takes big character in these moments uh, to bring you over that hurdle. And if teams got more personnel with bigger characters, oftentimes they will find that moment where they take that responsibility without fear, and that takes them over the hump. So that is the concern here. Uruguay have enough to deal with um, Portugal. It could be very close, but it's prediction, right? So I see Portugal and I see South Korea, because South Korea, the culture of the people and the culture in the way in which they play is so disciplined, it's so collective. They do everything together, and they have this same disposition about them when the game starts and when it ends. But it all of these groups, I hope you're sending your predictions um, on the live, so we can get a lot more of it. But um, when we come back, we will just go through some things to let you go and deal with your own predictions in light of the World Cup in the next few months. Yeah. So, in light of this, I hope that you enjoy the World Cup, um, as it's just about to come. It's about that time. I hope that the players who are playing the game, I hope that this inspire you, and you want to be at that level. You want to um, this inspire you to work harder, but work smarter. Not just harder, but work smarter, because, like I said, the game is going more and more to science. The game is demanding more and more from you if you want to play at that level. More from you psychologically, is demanding more from you from a tactical understanding, is desiring more of you from the technical aspect, and more than ever, it's it's demanding more of you from the physical aspect. So these predictions don't mean this is what's going to happen. I think there will be some upset in 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 this group stage. There will be some upset. Where is it going to come from? Um, Maybe in the group with Portugal, we might see some upset there. We might see a team coming out of there. Um, you know, obviously don't know what's happening with my Facebook. Some people getting kicked out, or we're getting kicked out of Facebook. Don't know what's happening there. Nevertheless, like they said, the show must go on. But you know, this group with Portugal and Ghana is a very tricky group. Very, very tricky group. You might have some surprises there. And the big surprise might be Portugal being out in the first round. That might be a big surprise. When we look at what might we say is a group of death? What might be the group of death here, guys? Let me see. The group of death is tough. I don't really see a group of death here. It pretty much look like the big team. We know who the big teams are. Um, to me, it might be more surprise that teams don't go through, more than this. It's a group of death, because we always talk about the group of death, but in this case, I think it kind of measure out itself with who the top teams are, and um, it will take a lot from the other teams to create an upset or to create a surprise. You've heard my predictions. Hopefully, you have yours. I want to thank you for staying with me um, throughout this process. Um, I hope it was. I hope it was enlightening. I hope that you are now working out your own predictions with your friend, with your colleague, with your some with your sisters, with your mother, with your father. Just have some fun, and get excited about soccer. Get excited about training. Get excited about working hard. Reinforce your dreams and your aspirations of playing at the elite level. Be inspired in this moment to don't give up. To don't give up. To don't give in. To don't let no one label you. But regardless of where you're coming from, or what is your status in society, keep believing. Keep believing. Remember, something was given to you so that you can give it to someone else, so they could give it back to this source. So keep working hard, stay safe, and enjoy the rest of your week.
A wide variety of episodes are already available, chock full of incredible insight from two qualified, experienced coaches. Here are some previews of eye-opening quotes.
Lots of players think they need to drive an hour or 2 hours to get good training. Because community clubs do not feel, most of them, if not all of them, don't feel the responsibility to provide every child the best opportunity. This is for players to have fun, so why not name it rec? An elite league shouldn't be based on teams. It should be based on the coaching. There's no integrity in the game. It's all about business. That's all it is. There's nothing about soccer first. Everything is about giving the athletes an experience.
We hope you are available to tune in. New episodes every Monday night.